Wood smoking all my dragons, divine, righteous, almighty, grace over achieving, never slacking. I am back with Oliver Anthony, who he went viral for what is it, Richmond of North Richmond, and I'm gonna go ahead and hop into his new track, which is called "I Want to Go Home." So me and my boy, shout out to Goku, got my boy Goku with me, you know, and we about to enjoy this new Oliver Anthony tune. So with that being said, let's get right to it. Original link in the description. Here we go.
Well, if it weren't for my old dogs and the good Lord, they'd have me strung up in the psych ward. 'Cause every day living in this new world is one too many days to me. Son, we're on the brink of the next world war, and I don't think nobody's praying no more. And I ain't saying I know it for sure. I'm just down on my knees begging the Lord to take me home. I wanna go home. I don't know which road to go. It's been so long. I just know I didn't used to wake up feeling this way, cussing myself every damn day. There's always some kind of bill to pay. People just doing what the rich man say. I wanna go home. Now 4 generations farming the ground. Grandson sells it to a man out of town. And 2 weeks later, the trees go down. Only got concrete growing around. I wanna go home. I wanna go home. I don't know which road to go. It's been so long. I just know I didn't used to wake up feeling this way, cussing myself every damn day. People have really gone and lost their way. They all just do what the TV say. I wanna go home. If it weren't for my old dogs and the good Lord, they'd have me strung up in the psych ward.
For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the world and lose his own soul? Now, if y'all, for those that's my subscribers, y'all know that if y'all pay attention to my community tab, the other day I seen me post where I said pretty much like we live in a world where most people they just kind of want to tax people, like overly tax people. Like if I know how to fix something on your car or if I could provide some type of service for you, I'm going to be fair. I'm not going to try to overtax you. It's like I feel like once people start living for the check, living for the money and putting that first, like it is a necessity, and it's not a snack. I'm not going to sit here and judge people for liking money. I'm not, or nice things, not at all. It's nothing wrong with that, but I'm saying when you put it first, and that's like you're willing to just screw people over every 5 seconds. I feel like that's how people end up selling their souls, because at that point they'll do anything for a check. Now, when he said, for what he said, if it wasn't for something, I would be in a psych ward. Like that. That's how I feel. It's like as far as just there's so many things that can just drive you crazy out here, and it's like it gets to a point where it's like it's insane to not be insane in an insane society. You get what I'm saying? Like, um, when he talks about wanting to go home and people losing their way, it's like they say home is where the heart is. So in a sense, that's like people losing that connection to their heart. constantly losing their heart due to the distractions in this world, and becoming something that's pulling them away more and more away from source, which lives in their heart. That's why I always tell people stay connected to that inner child, because you know that's the gateway. The heart is the gateway, and it's the reason why it says what it said, a child will lead the way. It's really speaking about having that childlike heart and being able to break past this ego, right? It's like when we kids, we not thinking about all these indoctrinations for the most. We're not thinking, oh, this white kid, or this black kid, or this girl, this guy, and all these crazy things. No, we're thinking about playing. We're thinking about having fun. We're in our imagination. And as we get older and older and older, it's like that child starts to die more and more, right? So the key is to really stay connected to that. Um, Man, it feels like we're all in a land of Oz in a sense, and we're trying to get back home. But just like in the land of Oz, like he told Dorothy, you had the power the whole time. Yes, you watching. You had the power to go home the whole time, right? But you got to go within. You got to believe in yourself. And it's like, for example, right? I got Goku right here, right? And this is a ball python. A lot of people scared of snakes and this and that, but it's like, in my mother's culture, my mother, she's from Nigeria, Igbo land. When you look at the ancient Igbos, for centuries, ball pythons were looked at as the messengers of the gods, right? And the way they connected with animals was just, I mean, a whole nother level of connection, right? Like they would build, even to this day. You still got certain areas out there. Like if a ball python is harmed, they'll have a funeral for it as if it's a human, a burial and everything. And it's really a sin to harm them. And even with other cultures around the world, you'll see that. Like, but when you look at Oliver Anthony, and he's showing his animals in there, and he's in nature, it's like he's showing the things that are already given to us for free, that can bring us happiness. But it's like we don't lost certain connections, like that Tarzan story, for example. Like, really pay attention to Tarzan. Like, look at how he was so in tune with those animals, right? Look at there's a tribe I just seen in Africa where they've been living among with crocodiles, once again, for centuries, probably longer than centuries, right? Because they lie to us about a lot of stuff. You know, we're probably a lot more older and ancient than we think, and a lot of these tribes that are native to these lands are probably a lot older and more ancient than we think. But it's like a lot of these animals, a lot of these, they'll make you think some of these animals can't feel love because they're reptiles or something like that. I don't believe that at all. If you study ancient culture, study the Mayans, um, just study the Aboriginals in Australia with the rainbow serpent. If you just study around, you'll see that these ancient advanced cultures, they really, I'm sweating bullets. They really honored the divine serpent as well as so many other animals. Even when you go to the pharaohs, you see they had the cobra on the head, the headpiece. So it's like, think about when you were a kid and you probably wanted to play with worms, and and you wanted to connect with nature and things like that, and it wasn't looked at as, but now that we're older, looking at stuff like that, it's like, hey, what are you doing? You crazy? It's like, I believe there was a time when we were so in tune with nature and animals, man. I'm gonna put it like this: it was probably some Doctor Doolittle stuff going on. But I'm gonna stop right there for people start thinking I'm crazy, because there's a lot of judgmental people out there. Even there's people that they may listen to this and think they get it, and they still don't, because they still not vibrating from that heart. So they'll still think something like what I'm saying is a little out there or crazy. But if you really do your research, or if you really go within, you'll see that I'm not. Like with Harry Potter, when in the beginning of the Sorcerer's Stone, when he was in that zoo, and when you see him talk to that serpent, I mean, I'm telling y'all, man, just study. So all I'm gonna say, I'm gonna end it there. Study, you know. But Oliver Anthony, he has some very wholesome music. I love where he be coming from. I love how he always keep it from the heart. And much love, man. That was Oliver Anthony. I wanna go home.